to look into this stuff, if anyone with authority, and that's what it requires, anyone with authority who's looking into this shit is going to find so much more than what I even am aware of, I'm sure. That's the whole thing. Michael Aquino, it's his associates. It was his little baby that all this is going on. I believe Gabe Hoffman is right underneath Michael Aquino. In my personal experience with the dude, the open secret dude, that's what I believe. He's hand in hand. Thomas Schoenberger, hand in hand with Michael Aquino. But Thomas will brag about how he was the last person to interview Michael Aquino. When he bragged to me about it, that was when I knew that Thomas Schoenberger couldn't be trusted. Because Michael Aquino wouldn't just let anybody interview him. He wasn't the type. And then you have Doug Mesner and his whole Satanic Temple and them looking under. Michael Aquino is Temple of Set. There's no Church of Satan. There's not any of that. There's just two. Temple of Set, which was Michael Aquino's baby, and Satanic Temple, which is Doug Mesner's baby. Doug Mesner, who lived 23 miles away from me in Tacoma for almost 4 years when I lived there. I had no clue. But I bet Pat Goodwin did. The only standing person, every other co-founder of Ivory Garden, that Survivor thing, they're all dead, including Lori King's husband. And Lori King died the same Sunday Ivory Garden was giving its second conference, was wrapping up its second conference. Same exact Sunday. And Doug Mesner was all involved with Amber Volatin. And Amber Volatin is the lettuce lady's house. Just go type in Lori King, davidshurter.com. Type in Lori King. You can read all about it. You know, can read all about it. But I believe that Pat Goodwin is working with Doug Mesner. They're controlled opposition. And so that's what I believe. They can pull up all the shit that they want. And I think that Johnny Dub dude is Lucian Greaves. Completely connected to Thomas Schoenberger. You know, completely connected to Thomas Schoenberger. It's all a child trafficking enterprise that needs to be looked at. And so now they're bragging about how they're going to set me up again. You know, the thing with Sharilyn didn't work, so now it's going to be something else. It always fucking is. With this group, it just never stops. It's just one after the other, after the other, after the other. And people wonder why I just kind of stick to myself. You know? Because I have an army of these motherfuckers trying to shut me up and close me down. You know? Doug Mesner, Michael Aquino, Gabe Hoffman, Thomas Schoenberger, Doug Mesner, Lucian Greaves, and his Satanic Temple minions, idiots, along with that Kara, who's the free-range humans idiot, who's also Emily Thorne, who's also Skills. There's a whole group there. I've had to deal with that whole group since I published my book in 2012. But then you have the dead Isaac Cappy Club. Isaac Cappy, what he was involved with in life needs to be investigated. Not his death, but what he and who he was involved with in life needs to be investigated. Because everyone I've met that he was involved with seems to be criminal inclined. You know, Sewer Town, Daniel Dowd, Geo Farnsworth, Tara Joyce, who hangs out with the barely legal porn people in Las Vegas. So you have DeFango. I guess Jesse Davis, he runs Sewer Town. You know, Corey Daniel, Phoenix Enigma. All of this needs to be actually down. Oh, there's nothing, I'm not upset. They keep actually trying to point out, trying to say, oh, I'm upset. I'm just mentioning names of child traffickers, of a group that's involved with child trafficking and murders. Isaac Cappy, Tracy Twyman, Lori King, Lori King's husband. You know, this is all the shit. This is the group. It's a criminal enterprise started and designed by Michael Aquino, who I don't believe killed himself. I don't. But I